Alright, this video is going to show you the basic ideal turn 1 5 card combo. So I'm just gonna go with an example starting hand. Now this hand fulfills the 5 card combo requirement, that being access to our level 2 tuner Jiao2, 2 Yang cards to discard for that Jiao2, a high scale and a low scale. Alright, so to start off the combo, we're gonna normal summon our Suwani, activate the field spell Sky Iris. Sky Iris is going to destroy Suwani, fire off the Yang to search from our deck Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Suwani will trigger upon destruction, special summoning Jiao2 Darkness of the Yang. Now, Jiao2 Darkness of the Yang is going to discard our 2 Yang cards from our hand to special summon 2 Yang from our deck. We're going to summon Zephyr and Chiwen Light of the Yang. Or you would summon Chiwen if you did not discard Chiwen. If you discard the Chiwen, that would be a different combo where you would where you would special something else. Now we're going to synchro our level 2 and level 6. Zephyr goes face up in the extra deck because it's a pendulum monster. To summon Baxia, Baxia destroys Chiwen for Jiao2 from the graveyard. Chiwen triggers in the graveyard upon destruction, summoning another Zephyr Secret of the Yang from the deck. Same thing is going to happen here. We are going to synchro summon for a second Baxia. At this point, we set our high and low scale to pendulum summon the 2 Zephyr in the extra deck sent there from synchro summoning. Zephyr will trigger its effect on pendulum summon, searching our counter trap Zephyr Divine Strike, which we will set. Now, Baxia can destroy any of our scales or field spell to summon Jiao2 once again from the graveyard. So I like to start destroying scales at this point if you don't know what your opponent is playing, because leaving your scales up might lose you the game to a big Wavering Eyes play. But if you do know what they are playing, you could always pop your field spell and keep your scales up. But yeah, synchro summon the third Baxia, destroy our other scale for Jiao2. Welcome back Jiao2 for like the 5th time or something. And synchro our final level 8, I like to go with Void Ogre Dragon. Negating spells and traps is pretty good, as well as being 3000. Next we overlay 2 Baxias for Divine Dragonite Felgrand. Now Felgrand is not useful in all matchups. It's perfectly fine to just leave 3 Baxias. But you don't really, 3 Baxias is pretty excessive on the following turn. You only really need 1 Baxia to push for game on the next turn when they can't break this board. Now this board has one form of spell and trap negation, being Void Ogre Dragon, one form of monster effect negation, being Divine Dragonite Felgrand. It's backed up with a Zephyr Divine Strike, which is going to negate anything you want except summons. We still have the field spell Sky Iris, which is going to be able to generate a +1 on the following turn. And we also have our Baxia left, also being able to generate a +1 on the following turn. So we have 3 cards negating our 2 card advantage generators for the following turn, as well as 8100 damage on board. If this is your second turn, you can attack for game, with the Felgrand stopping things such as Swift Scarecrow. So that's it for our 5 card combo. Oh. Alright, so let's show another combo. Now, not every game you're going to open the ideal Jiao 2 Yangzings, 2 scales. For example, this hand here, I just opened the Zephyr Divine Strike. Now the Zephyr Divine Strike is not a scale, it's not a Jiao 2, and it is not a Yangzing to discard. So this is pretty much blank in my hand, and I'm forced to play with 4 cards on my first turn. Now, if you opened Jiao 2, 2 Yangzings, and 1 scale with a field spell, you can also combo into a semi-decent field with a couple of negates. So this hand, I got my 3 Yangzings field spell, which gives access to Jiao 2, and this shitty card right here. Alright, so let's get into the combo. As always, we're activating Sky Iris so we can search our level 2 tuner Jiao 2. We're going to normal summon a Yangzing, Iris destroy, pull out. We are going to special summon. We are first going to add Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon for Sky Iris, and then in pull out we'll special summon Jiao 2 Darkness of the Yangzing. Jiao 2 discard our 2 Yangzing monsters to summon Zephrinu and Chiwen from the deck. Now if you discarded Chiwen, this combo would be a lot different, but since we haven't, we are going to make our Ancient Fairy Dragon in this step. Ancient Fairy Dragon destroys Sky Iris, we gain 1000 life points. Searching our other field spell, Oracle of Zephyr, activate Oracle of Zephyr, search Zephyr Exoton, or any high skill, really. Set our scales 4 to 7, pendulum summon our 1 Zephrinu, Secret of the Yangzing from the deck. Here, since we would usually search Zephyr Divine Strike, but since we opened it, we probably want to go for another defensive card to survive next turn. Yangzing Creation kind of fits that criteria, so we'll just go with that. Now we can set both our trap cards, Synchro Summon for a level 8. We could go with Void Ogre again. Void Ogre Dragon, negating a spell or trap is always good control, plus he's got 3000 defense. You could just end up at that, or another level 8, you can summon Baxia. Baxia can destroy Oracle of Zephyr, summoning. We could summon Jiao 2 from the graveyard, synchro with Ancient Fairy Dragon if you know what you are playing against. For a Chalfing Phantom of the Yangzing, which is going to lock down all dark monsters. So if you know you're playing against a dark deck, Burning Abyss, Shadows, maybe DDDs, you can just go for the first turn Chalfing Phantom, locking out all dark monsters. Alternatively, at this point, Baxia can also destroy a card. You could destroy your scale if you're scared of Wavering Eyes, to summon Chiwen, Light of the Yangzing. Chiwen and Baxia, we can make Chalfing again if you know you're playing against, for example, a light-based deck such as Settler Knights or Light Swans. Chalfing is going to stop all of their light effects. Another thing you can do at this point is Synchro Summon Chiwen and Ancient Fairy Dragon. For a generic level 8 monster, such as Stardust Dragon, it's pretty good. It can negate common cards such as Luster Pendulum or Wavering Eyes. Or you could summon Psyframe Lord Omega, which can banish 1 card from their hand, and that's always a good start. So you have a lot of options depending on if you know what your opponent's playing or not. If you don't know, we should probably just end on our Void Ogre Dragon, Ancient Fairy Dragon, established scales. Now this is gonna grant you 2 negates in total. Ancient Fairy Dragon is going to be generating a +1 next turn by destroying your field spell. Since we have our Pendulum Scales still intact, we can Pendulum Summon Zephyr next turn as well for some more pluses, assuming we haven't banished it for cost on our counter trap. And yeah, that is still a pretty decent field that will win you most games. Okay, so another combo hand. Now this hand, we've opened Gel 2, 2 Yangzings, 1 Scale, and a Chicken Game. Now obviously the first thing we want to do is activate Chicken Game. Pay 1,000 to draw hopefully into the opposite scale of what we have, but unfortunately we drew the 4th Yangzing. But it's still all good, so you can end on a very strong board with this hand. Of course we're going to start the combo by normal summoning Gel 2, discard 2 Yangzing cards to special summon Zephyr and Chiwen from my deck. Synchro summon for level 7, being Ancient Fairy Dragon. Ancient Fairy Dragon destroys our Chicken Game, regaining our 1000 life, and this gives us Oracle of Zephyr. Activate Oracle of Zephyr. Oracle is going to search our opposite scale, so in this case the low scale. We're going to set our Pendulum Scales, Pendulum Summon Zephyr, Secret of the Yangzing. Zephyr is going to grab our counter trap, Divine Strike. Going to set our Divine Strike, Synchro summon into Baxia Brightness of the Yangzing. Ancient Fairy's second effect will let us special summon the Yangzing remaining in our hand if we did not already Pendulum summon it. And Baxia is going to destroy the Yangzing that has just been summoned. And here you have a lot of options, and it highly depends on what you initially discarded for Gel 2. Now here I have both Suani and Bien, so if I grab a Suani for example, Pulao is going to summon one from the deck, and Chiwen, which we have not used this turn, is going to summon itself from the graveyard. And we can end our turn with these 5 monsters. This is an extremely versatile field, because if they try to do something, you can use the quick synchro ability of our Yangzings. Now we can synchro summon into a Baxia on their turn, spinning 3 cards back to their deck. If they are playing some sort of graveyard reliant deck, such as, I don't know, Burning Abyss, or they activate Reasoning in the case that they're playing Infernoids, or if they're playing Light Swans, they could have activated Brilliant Fusion trying to dump their Damage Juggler. We can Synchro 4 our level 4 monster, Herald of the Arclight. Is going to be battle immune in this case, which is very good. Not only can you negate anything you feel like with this Herald, all of their milling from deck to grave, or from hand to grave, are going to be removed from play or banished by Herald of the Arclight. Alternatively, we also have the choice to make a Chalfing that stops all lights on their turn. Now this is a good escape if they activate something. If they bait out our back row, which is Divine Strike with some very important and very powerful spell card or something, or they could have just MST'd it, followed by a Raigeki. Now Baxia is not a floating type, and our Chiwen, summoned from its own effect, will get removed from play when it is destroyed. So we could just chain our Quick Synchro effect to their Raigeki to summon Xiaofeng, Phantom of the Yangling, which is a floater, because when it is destroyed, you can add a tuner from your deck to your hand. Now rewinding a bit, when we were at this step previously in the combo, Baxia destroys Pulau. We could also summon Jiaotu from our grave. Chiwen summons itself. Pulau summons Zephyran Yu from the deck. Here we can end in a different kind of field, better against a different kind of deck. So we'll synchro Jiaotu and Zephyran Yu for Void Ogre Dragon, and then synchro summon using Chiwen and Ancient Fairy for a generic 8 such as Psyframe Lord Omega. And this is another threatening field. It's a much different field, as you can see, because you can't synchro for Baxia spin 3 on their turn. But you do have Omega banishing a card from the hand, Void Ogre Dragon, negating a spell or trap card. And it just depends on the matchup and the playstyle of your opponent's deck. So this combo has a lot of options. You can get the levels right. You could even set up a Trishula play on your opponent's turn. And yeah, that's another combo done.